Welcome friends in the second series of Codable protocol in iOS Swift. So here we will be dealing with the different keys present in the REST API and we will be mapping those different keys in our model. So I took this API where I just managed to modify the older API where we had a name and age, but here we have changed the name as name key and age as age key, and also I have added one key as is active. Okay, so we have to now parse this JSON with the new keys. So how we will do that? So I just change the URL and let me hit the URL once. It will certainly go in the catch block because we don't have the name and age key present here, and the JSON decoder is trying to decode both of the keys. Okay, first things first, we have to add one more attribute, that is active, which is a boolean. Now in order to map the name with the name key, Apple has provided a enum which is CodingKeys. Make sure this enum should be spelled correctly, CODINGKEYS, and this is a string because the key is a string, and one probably this is a protocol, I guess, and it is conforming to one more protocol, coding key. Fine. Now as soon as I wrote this coding key enum, it is complaining that we have to declare the complete structure of the foo, and it is not conforming to a protocol decodable. So what we have to do is we have to completely write all the attributes here in this coding key enum in order to map from what is going to be present in what. So case name equal to name key. It means that the name key present in the REST API will be mapping to the name. Case age key. So age key will be mapping to the age attribute here, age property here, and finally is active will be mapping to is active. We have the key name as is active. We have also the model name property as is active. So this will also succeed. First run this. Let's see whether we are getting the complete object or not. We are getting the complete object. We are printing the object of foo, and it is completely passed successfully. Now what I was saying, that we have is active here as the same spelling in the model as well, so we don't require this, and obviously the enumeration will take the is active spelling into the consideration of exactly the same as the case spelling. So this is mandatory to write in the coding keys all the keys here of this if you are decoding that thing. Let us assume that we are not decoding and we are just writing is active as false here. Basically we are just adding a property in our model and we are not mapping that property from our REST API, and we are not writing this, then also it will work, but it will not parse the is active coming from the uh, REST API, and see is active is false here and it is printing false, but in our REST API we has is active as true. So this is mandatory to write the is active case here as well if you are trying to parse that thing. So by default you are giving the property of is active as false, but after the parsing is active will be true, obviously, because now this is active is now parsed from the REST API. So it's your wish to provide the value here, but if you're not providing the value, then the value coming from the REST API will be mapped here. Okay, the JSON decoder will be mapping that value. So this is the video regarding the different key names. Let me run this again in order to verify everything is correct. So we are having the complete foo object here, which is parsed from the REST API, test name 20 and true, test name 20 and true. So this is parsed successfully. So this video is all about the codable protocol where we have different keys and we have to map that different key in our model, where our property names are also different. So in this way we can do that. In the next video we will be dealing with the containers thing, and we will be having the JSONs, like the keys are not present in that JSON and we are trying to parse that key. Sometimes it happens like you are getting 6 keys in the JSON, and due to some problem at server and one key is missing or it is null or whatever the reason is, and then how you will deal those cases using Codable. Okay, thanks for watching. Anything, any questions, suggestions, please leave in comments. Thank you so much.